Huda did nothing wrong in the heart rate challenge. I think Chelley and the rest of the girls are just upset and confused why Huda is such a good dancer, and she picked the other dancer to show out on. Did she even do the headstand on Ace? No, because there wasn't enough surface area. She did it on Pepe. So I'm not sure why they're upset. The thigh shake didn't even happen on Ace. What she did on Ace is what everybody else tried to do on Ace. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I think the girls are just like, why is she such a better twerker? And, like, they don't know about the allegations. And, like, Huda is killing all of the dancing challenges, and they're a little bit upset about it. And that is actually what's happening. I'm sorry to say it. I get it. I get it from all angles, but she's just a really good dancer. That's all it is. Chelley being upset with her literally reminds me of when girls say, oh my gosh, why are you wearing such a low-cut top? And it's because you have boobs. I really can't explain it any further than that. And if that hasn't happened to you, like it's literally happened to me, then I cannot explain it. Also, Ace is the other dancer. Chelley doesn't have a leg to stand on here. I also think she is playing in Ace's face. I actually don't think she really likes him. I think that conversation at the dock when she's like, and we're still open, Ace is trying hard because he wants to win. I don't know if it's because of Chelley. He's saying, I don't lose. I don't lose. I don't lose. He's not saying I don't lose Chelley. He's saying I don't lose. Peep that. Peep that. Chelley's ego is hurt. Huda has a really nice body. And she knows what she's doing. Also, Andrina. Now, I love Andrina. English is her second language. I think she translated that conversation that Huda had to Chelley and Alandria and Iris and Sierra in a way that was, like, not exactly how it happened. And I know, like, miss, I'm taking your man. She means well, but does she? I like her, but she was messy. She was messy for that. The way she relayed what Huda said, I don't think Huda really said it like that. No, Huda actually didn't do anything wrong here. And the thing is, for somebody she's had quite the arc this season, we don't need to be getting her for being a good dancer, really. Really? That, I can't get with it. Chelley hasn't even made it clear to the girls that she likes Ace. So to be reacting like that about Huda twerking on Ace, doesn't really make sense. And people being like, well, if it was Jeremiah, Huda would have killed a bitch for Jeremiah. We almost saw her do it. Chelley and Ace, she's like, yeah, yoga. She hasn't shown that sort of chalance to warrant that kind of an obvious, like, unspoken boundary. Because, like, what I respect about Sierra and Nick is at least they had a conversation beforehand, like, oh, maybe don't kiss the people that, like, you had something with. Ace and Huda never had anything. If anything, Ace was trying to ruin her life. Or maybe just, like, trying to ruin Jeremiah's life and she was collateral damage. If anything, she, like, has Huda can get her lick back in a revenge way. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Because it's not like they had a connection before, and it's also not like Chelley has ever shown that much public or even, I would say she cares about Ace 5 out of 10. I think it's convenient. I think when you see Ace and Chris stand side by side and walk to the table and you say, oh yeah, she obviously likes Ace better. Okay, I need 27 reasons why for every inch between their heights. I need serious reasons why, and I need them quickly. Because right now it's looking like it's just convenient for the money, and he's obviously running the villa. So here's the thing. When you're in a bubble and he's presenting himself as the number one guy in the group, she's obviously going to cling to him because she wants... You can tell she's also a game player. I'm sorry. She's a game player. I love the girl. She's a game player. She has not played the game in a way that's lovey-dovey and shows that she's committed to Ace enough for that to really upset her. So it kind of came out of nowhere and probably has nothing to do with him. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, where did this come from? All of a sudden you care about him? I don't really buy that. And honestly, Huda has the opportunity to do the most hilarious thing. I was thinking about it. I don't think she should do this, but I'm just saying, if she went for Ace, turns his head, gets the money, and then they do that thing where they give it to Huda first, and then they say, now we're finding out if she's here for the money or for love, and then she kept it all. That was just a dream I had. Okay. Y'all are overestimating how insecure you would be if you went into a villa and there were dance challenges and you didn't know that the girl beside you who's thigh shaking and head standing has allegations of, like, being a professional at doing that. So you're gonna subconsciously come up with reasons why that's not okay and why you can't do that. Like, I actually think people are not really understanding how intimidating it actually probably is for the girls to watch Huda do that. And that's valid, but people be, they cut a scene. Unless everybody's clothes got taken off and like it became some sort of public orgy situation, which TBH, like Ace and Chelley kind of tried to do, but with clothes on. Again, they are everybody was trying to simulate with clothes on. Just because Huda looks like a professional, they don't know why she looks like a professional. Now, again, all these things are allegations, but you guys are not clocking how insecure that might make you. And I do think that that's where the behavior is coming from. People are like, they cut out a scene. So what did she do on this scene? Did they just completely hook up in front of everyone? Probably not. Did they remove more items of clothing? Probably not. What could they possibly have done that was not in the bounds, right? Like, what could they have done that's out of bounds? Name it. Name it. We have words for these things. People can't name it because there's not really anything. There's not really anything in the heart rate challenge that's meant to be raunchy that you can do that crosses a line. And if there was, well, Mr. Ace Boundaries probably would have said something. But if you notice, the editing is weird after the fact. And again, I think people are just not clocking that it probably really is very uncomfortable for Huda to be so good at that with no explanation. Like, I actually think people are not clocking how crazy it would be to be like, are you not just a normal bitch? Like, what's going on? Like, you really think about that. Now, the reason I can really, really put myself in that situation is because I've been in rooms where people have gotten fired for the sexuality of what they just did on the dance floor and the fact that the video got posted and they teach kids at dance conventions. So trust me. Like, I think, again, just like as a dancer, somebody who like really, really has lived a life in dance, you end up seeing a lot of things that are too far and then just on the money and then just under. And like, you know, if you end up being a professional and you go to like dance events like Carnival and things like that, you'll have really raunchy heel shows. But they're shows. They're shows. They're shows. Yeah, but I think it's probably very confusing for the other women. It's probably confusing, and I think it's making their subconscious like freak out. Actually, Pepe saying it didn't look like a challenge could only mean he saw chemistry between Ace and Huda. It wouldn't be him shaming Huda. If anything, it would be more likely that he's commenting towards Ace. I don't know if you've noticed, Pepe doesn't talk directly to the women very much. So it's weird that people are taking Pepe's comment as, oh, he was shaming Huda, when I think is he's reading the situation and being like, I think there's more there than y'all have said, because Ace doesn't do anything he doesn't want to do. So it's very weird to me that all of a sudden people are jumping, oh, Huda did this, Huda did that. Ace was a willing participant and Ace is a dancer. They were putting on a performance together. They had a duet. Ace obviously seemed pleased when he sat down. He seemed pleased. If anything, he maybe seemed like he was a little bit extra turned on and he needed to like calm himself down a bit. But Mr. Boundaries would have stopped if he felt like it was offending Chelley. Like, he's so hyper aware of everything that I'm confused. So everybody threw this out the window and went, oh, poor Ace, he just got taken along for the ride and she went way too far. He was grabbing. It's just very weird to me that everybody's taking Pepe's comment as like Huda did too much, when I'm taking it as if Pepe felt really look at Pepe. Really look at the way Pepe's moved. Even with like Taylor and Alandria, how he guided Alandria towards Nick. I think Pepe is not the kind of guy to, like, if he were on a housewife show, he wouldn't be the kind of husband that talks to the wives. He'd be the kind of husband that talks to the husband of the wife that his wife has a problem with. You might know what I'm saying. You might not. I digress. I wouldn't take that comment towards Huda at all. So it's very interesting that that's how people are taking it. And people are saying, well, obviously everyone was uncomfortable in the villa. No, I think that's what people who don't know about the allegations would react to a heel, clack, thigh, headstand. When's the last time you saw like a girl that you just met and you thought you were all grafting for the same guy? When's the last time you saw her do a headstand and shake her thigh? You probably haven't, and you might react as well. I don't know. I think people are misreading it. I think people are really misreading it, and people are acting like Ace is like this passive, like poor guy who had nothing to do with it. It's very weird because we've been talking about him as the one who runs this villa. I don't know why all of a sudden people think he's powerless, or that he wouldn't stand up for something he thought was wrong, or that he wouldn't stand up and stop something that he thought would offend Chelley because it would hurt his chances of winning, because he says, I never lose. I don't know. I just don't see it. I don't really see what y'all are seeing. And you won't make me. I'm having a hard time caring about the BC before Casa moments that people are referencing with Huda and Jeremiah. We are now AD, after death. Removal of Jeremiah has happened. I think Huda had a therapist come in and like a psych eval. I think it's fair to give her a fresh look at this point, because, well, with Huda and Jeremiah, that was a whole different situation because Ace and Chelley had a conversation about being open yesterday. And she was like, and after this, we're still open. We're not closed off. And Chelley did go to Chris several times. I don't understand why we're bringing up the before Casa behavior of a man who is no longer on the show. I'm just having a hard time caring. I'm also having a very hard time taking people seriously who are like, well, the show is edited. They cut it. So what was it? Did you see the editor's cut? No. You cannot bang the gavel based on evidence that you haven't seen and it has been deemed inadmissible. It's like a weird leg to stand on. People are like, you guys don't know. You didn't see the cut version. Neither did you. Neither did you. And the point that we're all making is there's nothing that could have happened that isn't like actual fornication that A, wouldn't have been shown for good TV because they showed Hannah spinning and they show, Nick and Sierra hunching every night. I don't, sure, there's things that are too explicit for TV, but it's going to be some variation of probably an ass or crotch to face, which they all have done. If you're saying she did it hoier, then say that. But there's nothing in this realm of possibilities that's in this inadmissible evidence folder that apparently everybody who disagrees has access to, which is stupid, to form an opinion. You can't form an opinion based on absence, you guys. It's just silly. It's just silly. And I think if it's something serious, somebody can verbalize it in a way that involves words. I just don't. I'm not with this. I'm not with well, they cut something, so we're going to be mad based on the thing that we didn't see because we know it must have been bad, even though everybody was clapping until they sat down. Go watch it again. Everybody was clapping, even Pepe. Smiley clap until they sit down. Something weird happens between Taylor and Ace. Ace leans back and mouths, what the fuck? That is what was cut in my eyes. And I don't know. I'm not going to form an opinion that what we missed condemns Huda, because that's not how anything works. You don't go, well, there's no evidence, but if we had evidence, we would be able to condemn her, so she's condemned. Actually, no. Actually, the fact that you don't have evidence proves that you don't know anything more than we do. And also, there's really not anything in the realm of possibility that can be... You get what I'm saying. I can't say this again. But the amount of comments I'm getting, guys, they cut it. They cut it. Do you work for Love Island? Have you seen the director's cut? Then hush. Hush, and please stop referencing the Old Testament. Please stop referencing what happened on the seventh day and all was good and we were happy. We're in the New Testament. We are damn near fucking Revelate. Come on. Come on, you guys. Pick it up. Pick it up. Stay on task. On page.